Good morning, everybody. Got your coffee? I got mine. Doesn't have any cream in it, which is the only hardship I'm experiencing today so far. And it's not really a hardship. Going to do the grocery shopping today. We'll get some creamery in. And thanks to you all lovely people again. I just feel like I need to say thank you because words are just not enough. The way so many people around me are still trying to navigate this crisis, and we are okay this morning because so many of you all saw me on a computer screen and reached out to help, and I just think that is amazing. I think that is just mind-blowing to me, how you can be moved. And don't get me wrong, I've done it for others in the past. I've seen stories, I've seen GoFundMes, I've gotten involved, and I get it, but I don't know. It's just the fact that so many people felt I was worthy. It's just, that was just amazing to me. Thank you again. Before we get into it, I want to thank Tabitha Speaks Politics for sending that cash donation for, to go towards the new pantry. I appreciate you. Mutual. My husband, it'll be used for the pantry. My husband and I, again, thanks to so many people who came together on our behalf and looked out for us, we don't need anything else in terms of, this hurricane. I'm trying not to say the H word anymore because I'm sick of hearing myself say it. I'm a little late with this video this morning because obviously I slept in. I slept fabulously last night. That was the best sleep I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still tired, but it wasn't that anxious, stressful, overwhelming, burdensome, tired you get when you're dealing with something hard. It's the tired you are after you've overcome it. You know what I'm saying? And again, because so many people came together on my behalf, I've overcome it, while so many people around me are still trying to get through. But we're going to make sure that, I'm going to be home all day today. We're going to make sure we feed some people. And speaking of this library pantry, I was in my car and I was getting ready to do the video, this morning's coffee, and this bird, I don't know why he caught my eye, but he did. And he came and he landed right on top of our pantry. And I looked at him, and he had, in my backyard in the summertime, there are so many different birds that visit back there. We have a bird bath back there, and oh my God, there's so many different birds, bluebirds and redbirds and, cardinals and sparrows. But this one little bird, he had one white feather. And I thought, that's interesting. And when I looked at his feather, the feather was pointing down. And when I noticed what it was pointing at, it flew off, the bird. I kid you not, this just happened. And then I noticed something was different about the library pantry. And I'm like, what is that? Now, I wear glasses, so I couldn't see from where I am in this car to the pantry. So I put on my glasses and I said, that looks like a hinge. So I go over to it. I'll take a photograph for you all later. And someone has put a hinge on the door, and the door now works. I mean, it's still broken when you open it. It leans just a little bit when you open it. But it's very operational. Very much so. In fact, like if we wanted to, we could continue to rock with that one. But it's so beat up. And because people specifically donated to a new pantry, I'm not gonna cancel the order. I thought about it, but I'm not gonna cancel the order. We're gonna continue to rock with this one until that one shows up. I just now feel like because this one is now fixed, I feel like I can take my time and not rush the one that's on its way. But it is smaller and it is made out of metal, and I think that it would be better because if more winds come through again, and we do have windstorms here, it won't tumble over like that. Even anchored, I mean, maybe it'll survive a windstorm, being anchored, but that hurricane, even it being anchored into the bricks like that, it was no match. Did you all see the letter yesterday that the lady put inside of the library pantry, saying that she was a mother of 6 and she had cancer, and she was so thankful to all of us, everybody, all of you? I was just wondering earlier that day if I was making any kind of a difference, any kind of an impact. And it's just so funny how we get reminded. Even the little kids, honey, as long as there are Oreos in there, well, they're all gone, they've eaten them all. But as long as there's something in their snack, they'll go in there and they'll take a book. I learned that recently. This library pantry has taught me a lot of lessons lately. With that being said, I said yesterday that I wanted to say something to young black women. And unfortunately, even some older black women are going through this. But this is a lesson for all women, really. It is. Let me put on, I know a lot of you all think of me as, some of you think of me as a mother in your head. I've gotten those messages. Some of you think of me as an auntie in the black community. Older black women that are not problematic get the title of auntie. It's a thing for us. And I'm going to go into that mode right now, and I'm going to tell you something. And whether you can hear it or not, I don't know. But I hope that you think about it and you let it sit with you, because this comes from a place of love. But I'm going to tell you something real hard. Because so many of you all, so many women, and we are trained as women to look for men to take care of. We're socially trained to do that. We're socialized to do so. To clean their homes, cook their meals, clean their clothes, have their babies, while they get all the excuses in the world as to why they cannot be good fathers, good husbands, yada, 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 yada. Now, before you men who are listening to me get into your feelings, I know it's not all of you. I am married to a man. I am married to a good man. But he is not the norm, and because of that, women have to be really, really careful in their relationships and how they deal with men. But if I don't ever tell you anything, hear this. Don't ever share your trauma with a man you cannot trust your life to. He will use it against you if he don't throw it up in your face during a fight. Don't ever tell that man how you got molested by a relative. Don't ever tell that man how you were sexually assaulted by a man. Don't ever tell that man about how the last one beat on you. Don't ever tell that man about how the last one cheated on you. Don't ever tell him about how that last man ruined your credit. How he destroyed you, how he broke you. Because if you are telling those secrets to a man that is not good, baby, he will use it against you in his own way. You're just giving him ammunition. You're just giving him, he don't even have to come up with his own blueprint of how to break you. You giving him the blueprint on how to break you. Don't never tell a man how to break you, baby. Never. Every time you talk to that man, you need to be giving him the stories of when you were at your strongest and your mightiest, so that he understands, particularly in the beginning, from the beginning, how strong you are and how you will not be broken. You wait until you find a partner that is worth your vulnerability before you become vulnerable. And again, a lot of y'all get that confused because society got you out here wanting a man so bad. And you think that because he'll lay down with you, that he'll safeguard your secrets. Men will lay down with you and won't even like you. Men will marry you and won't even love you. They will give you excuse after excuse after excuse why they can't be the partner you need. But I will say this, the responsibility of marrying the man that you need, marry the man that you need. That's the secret. Marry the one that you need. Don't marry a man and try and build on him. Don't try to turn him into the man that you need. They ain't going. They ain't doing it. But don't share your trauma with any old body. Because the minute they can't get any more benefit from you, they're going to use it against you. And the minute that they decided that they have had enough, they can't benefit from you anymore, they're going to use you. They're going to use it against you. And I'm going to tell you something else too. I wanted to keep it there, but when a man don't like you and when a man don't love you, those red flags are there. Y'all just don't pick up on them. But you need to pick up on them, especially if you got kids involved. It's not just your heart, but it's your kids. Don't leave your kids alone with a man you cannot be vulnerable with, you cannot trust. Because a lot of them are very good at pretending that they like you and pretending that they love you, right up until they decide for whatever reason that they don't want to anymore. Whether they didn't find a new boo or whether they didn't find a better gig. That's all I really want to say. I just want to try to help y'all understand that all of that energy and all of that love that you have to give to someone, give it to yourself first. Because if you do that, if you pour into yourself first as a woman, there will be no man on the planet that you can't walk away from when he ain't right or when he not doing right by you. You have to love yourself all the way from your head to your toes, inside and out. You have to be fully accepting of you. You can't leave any room for anybody to convince you that you are not the gift that you are. And once you know that, and once you believe that with every fiber of your being, when you really, really know your worth, not when you just walking around here claiming you know your worth, but when you really, 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 truly, from the inside out, know who you are and what your worth is, you can walk away from any man that is unworthy of you. You really can. I promise you that you can. I've done it multiple times. Yes, your auntie have. You can do it. Sometimes it was very, very easy because a couple of them thought that they had me when they didn't. And sometimes it was hurt because feelings were involved. But the truth of the matter was that I loved me more than them, so I was able to walk away. I could actually say I've not been in too many bad relationships. And I think that and my discerning spirit is why. Pay attention to those red flags. They'll save you a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of years in some cases. But be real careful who you share your trauma with. Trauma is not something that you can share with everybody. Some of us couldn't even share our trauma with our families. So what you think some random man gonna do with your trauma? Okay. If you would like to buy me a cup of coffee, I'm going to put my Cash App and Venmo down in the comments. If you would like to donate to the library pantry, I will put that wish link to the Amazon down in there. Do not forget that Amazon Prime is going on right now. It's not official until I think the 8th through the 10th or the 8th through the 9th or something like that, Prime Day. But they've got a lot of sales going on good books. Yeah, I'm done. I'm going back in my house because I got to go to the grocery store. And y'all have a good day and thank you for listening. I'm glad we back to business.